People deluded. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 3. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, I wanted to win the FA Cup. I wanted to win any trophy we could potentially win or be in. Europa League's the only one we're in, and you're hoping we can do something in that, both for the sake of it being a trophy and the Champions League. We're obviously out of both domestic cup competitions, and the league is a myth. So it's a kick in the teeth. We lost 3-1 to Manchester United today, man. Obviously away from the FA Cup. You don't want to lose to any of your top 6 rivals. But for me in particular, United, obviously, when I was coming up in terms of football, United, obviously you've got Arsenal and Spurs, but United and Arsenal, we were at it. United won the war, we won a couple battles and gave Ferguson some sleepless nights, so it sucks to lose to United in particular, Spurs in particular. Well, in fact, all of them, really. We hate Liverpool for different reasons. If you're in the 80s, you definitely hate them a bit more than I probably ever can, and all the rest of them. It's sad, man. Our players are dropping like flies, man. Obviously, if you haven't watched Arsenal versus Man United, our 3-1 defeat, sadly, Sokratis, it looked like it was his knee. Again, I'm not a physio and things like that, and it could be a bit positive or a bit more positive than possibly Holdings, because it was similar circumstances, ironically, against Man United, where I don't want to say I can't remember it, so I don't want to say his knee got caught or his foot got caught in the ground and it caused his knee, because I don't actually remember. If I remember rightly, didn't he go for a header and he landed kind of cool and then he was kind of messed and it took a while. So it's a bit more promising than Holdings in that he was actually able to walk, was actually able to carry on for a period. He's probably faces a spell on the sidelines, but Holding got stretchered off. So yeah, but we're down to our bare bones to make matters worse. Koscielny will possibly be back for Cardiff or whenever he can be available for. I hope it's not that fine. I'm only saying that because it looked like a cosmetic wound sort of thing, in that, again, he could have issues, and I don't think it was his eye, but Lukaku accidentally stamped on him. Obviously, he might have to get stitches and things like that, but I can't imagine that prevents him from being unable to play for Cardiff, or you're looking at City, the fixture after that. But right now they're injured, innit? And we know Holding's obviously gone. We're down to our bare bones. Mavropanos is back from injury, but we need to be easy. Our under-23s played a behind closed doors game today as well. That's possibly why Willock and Eddie weren't involved. I assume, without knowing anything about the game, other than allegedly from what I hear, Amici scored a free kick, a good effort allegedly. Apart from that, you'd assume Mavropanos played in that to get minutes, but even that, at a push, he hasn't got too many minutes, so we're still having to wait for him. So if he was to get ripped or not be quite up to the sharpness of the league or whatever, we'd have to forgive him. But I've got full faith in his abilities. But even then, God forbid, God willing, he stays safe. But if he gets another injury, we're in some issues, because you're looking at Mavropanos, assuming Koscielny is back on the basis of it just looking like a cut sort of thing. Koscielny there, you're looking at Monreal as a centre-half there, and then you're probably looking at the untested Medley. I think Ballard of the young G's is a good defender, but he doesn't seem to be having a look in. There's Peglioso. I'm sure we can move and do a couple things with Jenkinson and Lichtsteiner and El Nene, and ironically Xhaka at centre-half. There's things to be done, but we need a centre-half. If I'm realistic and I go into Unai Emery's thinking, we know we need a centre-half, but we need a centre-half like it was yesterday now with these injuries. If I put myself in El Nene's book, not El Nene, Unai Emery's thinking at this moment in time, his options that are available to him, you've obviously got, assuming it's just a madness with his face, Koscielny. Monreal can be considered there, and he looked tempted to bring him on. Xhaka's obviously been used there. That's not his best position. Xhaka's been used all about, but that's a genuine option with him. Obviously, you've got Mustafi and you've got Mavropanos. That's 5 options. So on the face of it, it doesn't look bad, but we really look like we need a centre-half. Obviously, we've got 6 current options, provided that Sokratis' injury doesn't keep him out for too long. If anything, you're hoping that he just keeps him out for the Cardiff game. God willing, like I said, but we probably need a centre-half more. We need a centre-half like yesterday, because if I try and move away from rational thinking and I just assume the worst, that Koscielny and Sokratis are out for a substantial period of time, that's probably, depending on how you look at it, for me, Holding's the best centre-half at this club. But the two best centre-halves at this club are going to be unavailable now, and God forbid, to say it's over a week or over more than a couple of days, we're going into that Manchester City game against a side that many back to winning the league. and it's not looking too rosy. We'll be going there with possibly Mavropanos, who, as much as I believe in him, hasn't played too much football. Mustafi, who clearly is not going to cut it. Monreal can be used as a centre-half, but he's not a centre-half. Xhaka can be used as a centre-half, but them City guys will annihilate him. So, yeah, man, we need a centre-half. The good news is that Unai Emery, in his press conference in the build-up to the United game, he spoke of signing a centre-half or two in his own words. I think he was lost in translation a bit. And a winger. Clearly, we need a winger like yesterday as well, because we played poorly against United. We let ourselves down with the counters. But on the other hand, we played good in an attacking sense. But if you put the attacking sense under the microscope, like you do say this season on a couple of occasions, if it's not that fancy counter-attacking move like you saw for our goal against United, like you've seen against Chelsea, like you've seen against Leicester, like you've seen against Fulham, good, incisive counter-attacking moves at pace. If it's not things like that, then more often than not, we're not really taking our chances. Maybe a winger who's a bit direct that will provoke the opposition and take his chances will probably get us goals and things like that. I mean, I was crying. We needed a winger in that game, just someone to make the pitch a bit wider. Now that almost doesn't make sense, because for what it's worth, I think Aubameyang, Maitland-Niles, Iwobi, Kola, they did all right down the right and left against United today. But I just feel we need a winger, man. It's a bit weird because wingers nowadays, if you look at it, I'm saying direct and out wide. How much of that really is true? Because all of them are coming inside and things like that. You look at Salah 5 years or 3 years even ago, direct sort of winger, and he still very much is that. But he's thriving the most in central positions, whether that's up front or just coming off the right-hand side and coming in a bit more. There's several other examples. Hazard, 5 years or 10 years ago, would have been told, get as far as you can, stay as wide as you can. Nowadays, what's the point of that? Because he knows if he stays in central positions or provokes on central positions, he's going to score goals to a degree. That seems like the way the game's moving. But we need something like that, man. We really do, man. We really do. Things that we can just improve is just taking chances. But yeah, man, I just felt off the back of the game or the defeat against Manchester United, I had some thoughts, and I thought if nothing more, maybe some people got similar thoughts, or if nothing more, us Arsenal fans, we've got a little support group going on because we're stressed out right now after that defeat. But people, thank you very much for rocking with me, man. If you're a United fan, credit to you lot. You deserve to win. You lot were the better men. You got the 3 points, man. And too often they're not. Frustrating for me. I'm seeing you lot come here, play that exact game plan, and walk away with 3 points. Well, it's obviously not 3 points today, but you get the point. On that note, though, people stay safe. I'm out. Deluded.